Have you ever heard about a king begging for his people? Most of the time, we hear kings who exploit or take advantage of his people. In the Bible, the book of Genesis, chapter 14, we have such a scene. In this chapter, there is a war between two groups of people, and one group ultimately was defeated by the other group, and the defeated group of kings were taken captives by the winners. One king among this defeated group was the king of Sodom. Here, the king of Sodom was ruling his small kingdom, Sodom, and unfortunately, Abraham's nephew Lot wandered around and ended up in Sodom, finally settling there. That means he was also captured as a booty by the winning side. This news ultimately came to Abraham, and he started a night raid on this winning side. His ultimate aim was to release, free his nephew. With great success, Abraham in that night itself defeated um, this winning side of the kings with the forces with him and his friends around the place where he was living. And he freed all the people who were taken captives, and also freed these five kings who were taken as prisoners. And Lot's king, the king of Sodom, came to Abraham and uh, requested a strange plea. In verse 21, we can see this very strange request. He says, Genesis chapter 14, verse 21, "Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself." That is a profoundly meaningful statement. A king without his people is no king or nobody. A king becomes a real king when he has people. That is the great realization the king of Sodom finally understands. And he adds, take all the money, take all the wealth and booty which you have um, wrested from the winning side. I only want my people. So this king's logic is this: if he has his people, he can earn all the wealth back. But without his people, what is the point of getting all the wealth and living alone surrounded by this wealth? So wisely, the king of Sodom asked, please just give me the people so that I can regain my title as the king and I can rule over them, I can tax them, or I can protect them in whatever way so that I will be a real king. It is not money or wealth or gold or power or strength which makes a king, but ultimately it's the people. A king without people is nobody. What today's rulers, prime ministers, presidents, or leaders of the world do not understand is this great lesson which the king of Sodom learned. Today's rulers, especially the dictators and populists, they think that people are some kind of raw material which they can use and exploit. They think that they can tax them to death or mistreat them or make whatever law they wish. Today, they think that people are expendable, people are nothing meaningless. But a leader, a ruler, ultimately should understand without his people, without the people, they have nobody to rule. Many of rulers of the history we know, they destroyed their own people by taking them to wars or foolish endeavors everywhere. Today also we can see that after winning an election or getting a mandate, they think they can, sometimes mistreat them, treat them cruelly, or discriminate one group against another, make laws which uh, benefits only one group which is close to him, or whatever. The people, unless he considers them as a wealth, the ultimate wealth, a king will fail, and a king will no longer be worthy to be called as a king or ruler or leader or an elected authority. That is the great lesson which Bible tells us, that without the people, no one is a king.